Hey y'all, it's Suki with Suki's Shop here. Today we have a 2011 F-150 3.5 liter EcoBoost, and I'm going to show you how to change the throttle body. The throttle body's right in here, and we have, let me get you a good picture here, bolts here and there, and then 1 and 2 more over there. 4 bolts there. They're 8 millimeters. We're gonna get her off, but first you want to disconnect your negative battery terminal. So I disconnected the negative battery terminal and cable, pulled that to the side. Most of you should use an 8 millimeter, but in the case of mine it was not, because I've changed the terminal. Then you come over here. This clamp here is 8 millimeter, and we're gonna loosen that up, and you pull and pop that out the way. So then you have more room to get to this clamp. Loosen this clamp. It's also an 8 millimeter. Then we're gonna pull this hose off, and then we'll have 4 bolts here. But before we get to those 4 bolts, we'll come take this clip out. All right, now I've loosened this clamp, and we just have to work her off. It may be kind of hard. On to where you can see, and I can pull. There she goes. Now it'll probably be a little bit harder. I just took her down a week ago. Okay, and this clamp, pull this little tab towards you, press down, and move around and pull. Make sure you got this little part all the way out. And she should come right out. Right there. There we go. Alright, and then you notice it's attached down here. So for that, you're going to want to just get your little flatheads and pop in there. A trim little screwdriver works great, but in that case I don't have one. So instead of stressing by pulling these wires, let's just go ahead and get a little screwdriver and pop that little clip out. It's just a little Christmas tree style clip. Alright, got her out, and you can see this is the little clip on her. And so that went right in there. Just pop that out. And we're going to take these 4 bolts off. In there. They are a little tight. Crack them loose. I just like to loosen every one of them. See, in this hose, we can move it back down out of our way. Get this one, this one. Maybe some of them are a little tighter. And let's loosen this one. Sometimes I like to leave the socket on them. It makes it a little easier to turn. Okay. If you have a little air ratchet, that would probably work wonders. But in my case, I don't. Okay. Be careful if your truck's been running recently. She's a little hot. There's 1 bolt. I'm gonna hold her, give her some support. All right, I got 3. Last one. Alrighty, and she's off. Put that in there, and there she is. Your throttle body. Now mine's still clean. I just cleaned her out last weekend, so. But I'm still having issues, but I did not take this side down to clean it out, and I'm thinking that could be a cause. But I went ahead and got a new one, and I'm gonna throw that new one on there. Now my truck has 180,000 miles on it, and this is the first time I've had this problem. I'm gonna go ahead, pull this gasket out. Thought she would just grab easier. Yeah, pull that gasket out. And we'll replace it with the new one that came. And let's put her back in right how she went. Looks like a good little fit. There we go. Our new throttle body. Alright. For this, I'm going to do the same thing but in reverse. Put all these bolts back. And tighten them down. So I went ahead and tightened down all these bolts at first. I just went ahead and put all 4 of them in and got each one started. They were loose, I just hand snugged them. Then I got on the ratchet with it. You don't want to just tighten this one all the way and this one not sit properly with this gasket. All 4, I just kind of worked them each at a time. And then we go ahead, we can put our hose back on. Alright, she's there. We'll tighten that clamp there. And we'll go ahead, ooh, that's still hot. Plug that back in. Plug this back in. Push her in. Push that down. You heard it click. That's good. Tighten this. Then tighten this. Put the negative battery cable back on. Crank her up and try her.